Hello everyone, this is Professor Robert Matos again, and in this video we're gonna see one of the content in our book, Grammar and Composition. This is the content for Unit 3, where we'll cover everything about phrases. Okay, we're gonna see prepositional phrases, appositives and appositive phrases, verbals and verbal phrases, including participial, infinitive, and gerund phrases. The last topic is absolute phrases. I'm not going to cover everything together, so I'm going to divide this unit into two videos, and this is video 1 within Unit 3. In this video, which is video 1, as I said, I will cover prepositional phrases and appositives and appositive phrases. Okay, let's go ahead and see how it goes. Let's begin with a definition of what a prepositional phrase is. You know that a phrase is a group of words that act in a sentence as a single part of speech. It means that even when they are a group of words, they act together as if they are a single one, and they can function as an adjective, as an adverb, as a noun, etc., as a verb also. Okay? In this case, a prepositional phrase is a group of words that begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or a pronoun, which is called the object of the preposition. So let's see the examples we have here. He looked across the broad Syrian river. You see that the word across is a preposition, okay? And the broad and Syrian are adjectives, and the noun is river. In the definition, it says that it begins with a preposition, which in this case is across, and ends with a noun, which is river. But the noun may be accompanied by other words, such as article and adjectives. You see? The noun is the object of the preposition. You can say, he looked across the river. He looked across a river. And it's the same thing. You have a prepositional phrase where a preposition is the head of the phrase, and the noun, which is the last word in this phrase, is the object of the preposition. Let's look at other examples. The view was to the east and the south. Here you see the preposition to, right? And the east acts as a noun, and south also acts as a noun. So here, east and south are both objects of the preposition to. So in this case, in this phrase, we have two objects. You see? One more example provided in our book is the bird at the top of that tree is chirping. So you see, at the top is a prepositional phrase, and of also begins a prepositional phrase of that tree. At, in the first phrase, at is the preposition, and top is the noun. So top is the object of the preposition at here in this case. In the second prepositional phrase, we see of that tree, tree is the object of the preposition of. One thing I'd like you to really look at is how prepositional phrases work. In a prepositional phrase, we have been discussing how there's a preposition and there is a noun that acts as the object of the preposition, but you can find more than one prepositional phrase, right? They can be adverbs or adjectives, and in this sense, in this case here, where you have two of them, you can have one phrase that is an adjective for one of the words in this first prepositional phrase. For example, if I say at the top of that tree tells you about what? It's about chirping? It's about bird? Or is about top? In this case of that tree refers to the word top. So of that three is an adjective phrase for the word top. So this whole phrase is characterizing this noun. This is an adjective phrase. The verb at the top of that tree, the verb at the top, it says what verb we're talking about, so it is also an adjective prepositional phrase. So we have two adjective prepositional phrase, but this one at the top refers to the verb, but of that three refers to the top. You see? And they are both adjective phrases. Let's see the one I provided as an example here. I don't like to be in the dark because I get scared. In the dark refers to what? To I? No. It refers to be. So in this case, this is not an adjective prepositional phrase. It is an adverb because it is affecting a verb. It's not affecting a noun. You see? In is the head of the prepositional phrase, and dark is a noun, which is the object of the preposition. Okay? A prepositional phrase usually functions as an adjective or an adverb that we covered, and when it is used as an adjective, it modifies a noun or a pronoun and is called an adjective phrase. An adjective phrase always follows the word it modifies. Let's see other examples provided in the book. I press the button on the right. I press the button on the right. It affects the verb because it says where the action was executed. So it is I press the button on the right. It says what button I press. So it affects the word button, and it is an adjective phrase. Okay. Which of the buttons starts the engine? Which of the buttons starts the engine? It is also an adjective phrase that modifies the pronoun which. Okay? Now let's switch to the adverb prepositional phrases. Remember that an adverb answers the question when, where, and how. You see, and they mostly affect verbs. And they can appear in different positions within the sentence. Okay? Let's see the examples provided. After work, it is a preposition of time. After, right? I returned the shirt to the store. So you see, after work is a prepositional phrase that functions as an adverb. Okay? And it tells when the action was executed. To the store, it says where, and then it is also an adverb prepositional phrase. Let's move on and see. This bus will be convenient for you. Okay? In this case, we have an adverb modifying the word convenient. Convenient for you. Okay? Very good. This lawnmower works well for its age. Okay? Now in this case, we have another phrase modifying the adverb well. This is you notice that here we are modifying a verb. Here we are modifying an adjective, and here we are modifying another adverb. So you can see how adverb phrases function the same as the adverbs that are single words. Okay? That's why at the definition they say it functions as a single word, as a unit, all of them together. So the adverb phrases can appear at different places in the sentence. Okay? Look at this example. She wore a beautiful diamond ring on her finger. So you see on her finger is here at the end, but then in the second example, she wore on her finger a beautiful diamond ring. Then you have the prepositional phrase in a different place, right? And still another at the beginning on her finger she wore a beautiful diamond ring. You see? Now summarizing, you can say that we have adjective prepositional phrases can be divided into adjective phrases and adverb phrases depending on what words they modify within the sentence. So for you to see what they are, please think about what words they are referring to within the sentence. Now here is a short exercise on the prepositional phrases. They're asking you to identify the phrases and say if they are adjective or adverb phrases. The first one is done for you. That's the first one I'm taking for each one of the exercises so that you check later on. Let's read it. In the morning, please water the garden. Obviously, in the morning is a prepositional phrase where in is the head of the phrase and morning, which is a noun, is the object of this preposition. And it is an adverb of time, so it functions as an adverb of time. So it is an adverb phrase. Okay? So let's move on. I want you to complete this exercise and then I'm going to give you the responses for you to check and get ready for the exams. Alright, now let's switch to another topic. Here we're going to be dealing with appositives and appositive phrases. You know that an appositive is a noun or pronoun that is placed next to another noun or pronoun to identify it. And it gives additional information about it. For example, if I say Maria, but nobody knows who Maria is, and I want to identify it, I can say Maria, my sister. The word sister says who Maria is. But I may have many sisters, and if I begin with the word my sister and nobody knows which of the sisters I'm referring to, then I place the name Maria. My sister Maria is whatever. And then I say whatever I want to say. Okay? Look at this example. My sister Jari works at the hospital. The appositive Jari identifies the noun sister. You see? Another. Oh. Jari's co-worker, Emma, has 5 children. Emma is identified the word co-worker. You see? That's what we call an appositive. Emma's husband, Phil, is a carpenter. The appositive Phil is not essential because Emma has only one husband. That's why it is placed between 2 commas. When you only have one, there's only one option and it is obvious, then you place it in commas. So if I say, for example, the president of the Dominican Republic, comma, Danilo Medina, comma, and I say whatever I want to say, I place Danilo Medina within commas because everybody knows that Danilo Medina is the president of the Dominican Republic, or it is understood, or it is the only option we have. Let's see other examples. My oldest sister, Julia, maybe I don't have another older sister, is a mother of 4. See? So when you have it in commas, it's non-essential. It's not necessary because the information provided is enough. You just want to clarify. Let's say clarify, not identify. So we say it's non-essential. We can say my older sister is a mother of 4, and that functions well. In the second example provided, I say Carolina's friend Kenya is visiting us next summer vacation. It is essential because we don't know which of Carolina's friends is coming to visit. You see? This is as simple as this. This is the concept of what an appositive is. Now we have been discussing about an appositive as a single word. What happens when it is a phrase? Okay? An appositive phrase, in this case, is an appositive plus any words that modify the appositive. Example, she works with Dr. Martin, an award-winning pediatrician. The appositive phrase in blue identifies Dr. Martin. You see? More than one word that they function as one single unit. Use commas to set up any appositive or appositive phrase that is not essential to the meaning of the sentence. The same thing that I'm saying. If I say Danilo Medina, I know it's the president of the Dominican Republic, it's non-essential, then I place the commas and I say the president of the Dominican Republic. This is an appositive phrase. Alright, Jadi's co-worker Emma has 5 children. The appositive Emma is essential because Jadi has more than one co-worker. Again, Emma's husband, Phil, is a carpenter. The appositive Phil is not essential because Emma has only one husband. I think we have already seen this. You see? So let's see here. Usually, an appositive or appositive phrase follows the noun or pronoun it identifies. It is placed right after the noun or pronoun it identifies. Let's see the example. A compassionate person, comma, Jadi helps many patients. You see? Usually, an appositive or appositive phrase follows the noun or pronoun it identifies or explains. Occasionally, an appositive phrase precedes the noun or pronoun, such as the case in this example.
En casi todos los aspectos, más es mejor.
Now,
es mejor tener más bocadillos.
Let's see the example I provided here. My heart, a wild horse in my chest, will beat the roads of my life till I'm dead in your hands. It's like a poem, right? It sounds like a poem. But when I say a wild horse in my chest is an appositive phrase identifying the way I see my heart, and then I follow up explaining things related to how I see it. You see, in this context. Okay, now let's see the examples here. The practice exercise here. As always, I do the first one. My friend Lynn has applied to 4 law schools. So my friend Lynn, which of my friends is, I need to say, so I use the word Lynn as an appositive to the word friend. So Lynn identifies the word friend. Now do the same with all the other exercises. Identify which appositive is explaining a noun or a pronoun provided. And this is the end of video 1, unit 3. Presently, I'll be sending another video for this same unit. Okay? Go ahead, do your job.